All right, YouTube, middle-aged white guy reacts, coming back again with another Tom MacDonald. I just finished American Dreams. That was the other one that we missed. So now this is what comes after this house. So we are right back on the rails, and we are going to go chronologically from this point moving forward. The only one that I did that was kind of further down the line was Sad Rapper. So when we get to that one, we just skip it. But this fixes the timeline, essentially. This puts me right back to where I need to be. So we went back, we did Castles, we did American Dreams, the two that we missed. And moving forward, we're just going to go one by one. So, last song, American Dreams, was not 100% my style of song. The message in it, he walked a tightrope. I wanted to not agree with him, but I couldn't find fault in much of what he was saying. With that said, I'm interested to see what this is going to be about. I had an impression of him that he was like a, fight the man kind of rapper. And then he comes with Castles, which was 180 degrees different from that. And then American Dreams, is really touching on a very important societal subject. So he's showing his versatility. After the first few songs, I had this impression of him that he kind of had just the same similar style, talking about the same things. And I didn't understand how much he can bring to the table and how he can attack topics from all sorts of nuanced positions. It's very interesting to see. Very interesting. So let's see what Exposure is about.
Yeah. Let me break it down for every single doubter. You're afraid of what I'm doing, you're a coward. All your favorite rappers doing downers, and you make them feel empowered till they're fertilizing soil, pushing flowers.
Wow. All your favorite rappers doing downers till you make them feel empowered till they're in the soil pushing flowers. I mean, and you see it. That's what's happening all over the rap industry. What was it? Juice World, was that his name? Wasn't he the most recent one? And there's a whole handful of them in the past just year or so alone. Stuff like that is not. It's not. There's no glory in popping pills. It's not cool. I shouldn't have to say that stuff. It's 2021 or whatever. I shouldn't have to say drugs are bad. Drugs aren't cool. But especially give these guys a little bit of money, and it wouldn't. They don't have the resources to deal with like their newfound fame or whatever it is. Unlimited money, or at least enough money to do whatever you want, and no safeguards in place to stop you from doing things that are destructive, sometimes is a bad recipe, depending on where that person came from, how old they are, what their maturity level's like, the things that they've gone through. So a lot of these guys are essentially set up to fail, come from nothing, give them everything, and then don't stop them from doing anything, So it's absolutely, sad to watch that stuff going on. We've lost, and this has been going on for decades. It's not just this past year or so. I mean, it's been going on for decades. He rattled off a bunch of stars that had passed for one reason or another in another song. It was all the icons. So this struggles with addiction, and this has just been going on in entertainment industry for decades.
Yeah, what the Lil Wayne, Rick Ross, and 2 Chainz all have in common? They make a living off gangster rap, but they all went to college.
Oh, he went there. And that is true. Dr. Dre, Jay-Z, these guys have college degrees. They have college degrees. Dr. Dre, I think, has like I think it's him who has like a TV production or some sort of, I don't know. He has degrees in this stuff. He went to college for it. And then they're going to put out this image like that they're on the streets and they came up hard and they did this, and it's It's disingenuous. What a 2 Chainz went to college. I didn't know 2 Chainz did though. I mean, that's
Gangster rap, but they all went to college. Common. They flowers, yeah. What the Lil Wayne, Rick Ross, and 2 Chainz all have in common? They make a living off gangster rap, but they all went to college. It's all just marketing strategy, so you empty your wallet, endorsing vodka to make a buck and make you alcoholics.
So he's back kind of on the music industry, and I think if I remember right, this one was grouped in with those types of songs with that original list my buddy gave me. God, they project this image. Like, this is the life we live, but it's not. It is absolutely not. It's a marketing strategy to connect with the youth that are in those situations, that don't have thoughts of furthering their education, finishing high school, going to college. They just want to be on the streets, and they act like that's where they came from, and it's not. You know, you look at them and they went to school, high school diplomas, went off to college, you know, had college taken care of, had good parents. It's almost like an 8 Mile at the end where he was dissing that guy, and he was talking about, you know, how his parents sent him to a private school. He's acting hard and stuff, you know. So you give them this, you give this youth this false sense that somebody knows my struggle, what I'm going through, and they have no idea. You know, oh, well, Lil Wayne did this to get out of it, and he says, you know, drinking lean's cool, and you know, they can't relate to you. They can't. They make you think that they can, though, to get you to buy the alcohol, to buy the Gucci, to buy all this shit, just to push materialism on you.
Stupid with Xanax that make you broke with designers. They use the music to confuse the youth and influence minors. Isn't it funny how these rappers went from fighting the power?
Isn't that what I just said? Isn't that what I just said that, right?
In just a matter of hours to turn the students. In just a matter of hours to turn the students to felons that just get fed to the system, because there are people making fortunes off of privatized prisons. They objectify women till they are,
you know, and that's something, how we allowed that, I don't know, because that just incentivizes incarceration. People need to go to jail. There's some people that do need to go to jail. They belong there. They need to rot there. I get that. But when there's money to be made from a certain outcome and no money to be made from the other one, you're going to be pushing more people towards that one that makes money than you are this other way. I'm not saying you take innocent people and put them there, but maybe you don't have as much compassion. You know, you don't have as what the hell's the word I'm looking for? I can't think of it, but you're not going to be as apt to cut them a break. Essentially, takes place with the word I was looking for. You're not going to cut them a break, even if it's a first offense or second offense. You know, it wasn't a big deal or whatever. You know, you can throw them in jail for 30 days. Everybody will make a little bit of money. The kid gets out. Everyone's happy, except for the family and the kid and all that. But yeah, privatized prisons are just an insane thing to me. We shouldn't be making money off of that. Like I said, it just incentivizes pushing more people that way.
So you don't realize there's more to life than just getting laid.
What was that? How did he say that? What was
so you don't realize there's more to life than just off of privatized prisons. They objectify women till they are all that you crave. So you don't realize there's more to life than just getting laid.
Yep.
You think you're happy, but you're really just so caught in the game that you don't realize you're wasting all your money to play.
Yeah, that's why they project this lifestyle, money, women, cars, clothes. And that stuff at the end of the day doesn't make you happy. You can have fun. I'm not going to deny that. I had fun in my youth. But, you know, they said you objectify women till that's all that you crave. You know, if you're just out chasing all day, you're missing the point of life. There's more to it. There's a lot more to it. You know, I'm not saying, you know, go wife somebody up right now and settle down at whatever age you are. But just know that at the end of the day, the women, the cars, the money, the clothes isn't what make you happy. That's not what makes you happy. So you could try to make yourself happy like that. It's not going to work for you. And then you're going to have to start again trying to figure out what actually makes you happy. So it's better just to forget that in the first place and just figure out what actually makes you happy and what's important to you before you even go down that road.
Game that you don't realize you're wasting all your money to play. They give you rappers with rainbow hair who wear clothes like your girlfriend to emasculate the men that emulate all the urban trends.
And you know what? Yeah, my hair's a mess. I mentioned that in, well, not that, but I mentioned in another song of his, I can't remember which one, that in high school growing up, I wore the baggy pants. I wore the basketball jerseys for a period of time. I was trying to emulate what the culture was at that time, especially rap. That's the entertainment I was interested in. So I am not like, I emulated it to a certain extent. I was a suburban white boy. You know, there's only so much I can get away with. But, you know, I wore the baggy clothes, and I emulated the trends that were coming from the rap game. And look at it now. It's still going on the same way, but instead of the baggy pants, now everything's skinny jeans and rainbow hair like your girlfriend. You know, it is funny to see how people just follow along with that. And I can't blame them. I mean, that's essentially what I did. I would like to think, though, that I wouldn't have dyed my hair rainbow colors just because somebody else did. But, you know, who knows? That's exactly right. Get them to emulate all the urban trends.
To emasculate the men that
emasculate the men.
The urban trends. Got you wearing pretty dresses and heels. Feels like you really know how depression can feel. Posers, dying for acceptance and exposure. Trying to be the rappers on the poster.
Yep. And he's really hammering that point home. You know, like this is what they portray. They do this for a reason. There's a purpose. There's a nefarious goal behind this. It's to emasculate you, amongst other things. I like this. This song is, so far, I really like it. You know, he's coming with that laid back kind of flow, but the beat, everything is, it's like, I don't know how to explain it. It gives me a good vibes on this one.
Dying for acceptance and exposure, trying to be the rappers on the posters. All I hear is new chain, big house, fast car. It's so boring, and all of that is lies, man. It's so corny.
It is, and that's what people are rapping about. And a lot of these guys don't have that stuff. They rent a car to go shoot the video, and then at the end of the shoot, they're bringing it back and dropping it off. They project this image of wealth and standing that they don't really have and they haven't really attained. This guy.
That is lies, man. It's so corny.
On all of its lies, it's so corny. We all know it's lies. We know you're you know, so. It is boring. And it is boring. That is why I haven't listened to rap in a decade. It became fast cars, whatever he said. You know, fast cars, big house, gold chain, whatever. That's all it became. Every single song became banging hoes, doing drugs. You know, and there's a place for that stuff. I'm not saying I don't want to ever hear songs like that. There's a place for that stuff. But when the entire genre is just saturated in it, and that's all you can find, it's so boring.
Man, it's so corny. Death threats coming every other day for me, but I don't believe a word of ghost stories. Hi, my name is Tom MacDonald. Welcome to the show. If you are easily offended, then you probably should go. My resolution to lose is my...
Woo! Hi, my name is... Oh, come on. So I have a gaming mouse, and there's buttons on the side. Like there's like 7 or 8 buttons on it. So I don't have to use the actual mouse buttons or mouse wheel if I don't want to. And accidentally hit one.
And Doug.
Sorry about that. Hold on. Where were we? I forget what he said now, too.
Leave a word as ghost stories. Hi, my name is Tom MacDonald. Welcome to the show. If you are easily offended, then you probably should go. My resolution to losers who my new music is triggered, and just 1 million views on YouTube is too big middle fingers.
Hi, my name is Tom MacDonald. Welcome to the show. I think that's the part I was on, right? Let me back up just a little bit before that to make sure.
Every other day for me.
Yeah.
But I don't believe
well, there's something.
Death threats. So boring.
Okay, yeah, no, that's where we were. We didn't miss
Man,
anything.
it's so corny. Death threats coming every other day for me, but I don't believe a word of ghost stories. Hi, my name is Tom MacDonald. Welcome to the show.
If you are easily offended, then you probably should go. And absolutely, because he is not going to hold anything back. So if you have thin skin, if you can't handle differing opinions, don't even click on this video. Don't even watch it. Just go. There's nothing here for you.
If you are easily offended, then you probably should go. My resolution to losers who my new music is triggered, and just 1 million views on YouTube is too big middle fingers. I don't apologize or compromise. I quantify the figures because I'm optimized for making a killing and getting bigger.
Oh, that rhyme scheme. The wordplay there. Holy shit.
I don't apologize or compromise. I quantify the figures because I'm optimized.
Man.
Music is triggered, and just 1 million views on YouTube is too big middle fingers. I don't apologize or compromise. I quantify the figures because I'm
the internal rhyme scheme there. The you know, he's rhyming compound syllables. I mean, this is impressive. This is impressive. Like every time you think you kind of know what this guy can bring to the table, he shows you a different layer.
Who my new music is triggered, and just 1 million views on YouTube is too big middle fingers. I don't apologize or compromise. I quantify the figures.
I don't apologize, or compromise. I mean, those are 3-syllable words. You know, he's rhyming triples.
I don't apologize or compromise. I quantify the.
Quantify is another one. Figures is only 2.
Optimized for making a killing and getting bigger.
Optimized for making a killing and getting bigger. You don't hear rhyming like that. Like people don't use 3-syllable words, multiple, and use those internal rhyme schemes like that. Like you just don't see this level of nuance nowadays.
Fire all along, I needed fuel and a flicker to light the fuse to the mixture of the rumors and liquor. They got nothing else to do but try to cut me with scissors. But what's a blade to a building made out of iron and pillars?
Oh my! Oh, that is hard right there. Holy shit! Here we go.
But try to cut me with scissors. Of the rumors and liquor. They got nothing else to do but try to cut me with scissors. But what's a blade to a building made out of iron and pillars? Go ahead and
all they try to do is cut me with scissors, but what's a blade to a building made out of iron and pillars? You got your scissors on. I'm hardened steel. What are you going to do? Try to cut this building down with that pair of scissors. It's not going to work ever. You're not even going to scratch the surface. That is freaking hard right there. That's a hard bar. This guy.
Liquor. They got nothing else to do but try to cut me with scissors. But what's a blade to a building made out of iron and pillars?
I'm going to say that to somebody. I have to say that to somebody. That is like the coolest freaking way to say sticks and stones will break my bones, but words will never hurt me. You know, I mean, Christ.
To cut me with scissors, but what's a blade to a building made out of iron and pillars? Go ahead and cry me a river, cause I've been dying to go swimming. I'm designed to find it funny when they whine, cause I'm winning.
Go ahead and cry me a river because I'm dying to go swimming. Yeah, and I've noticed this now. He takes, like normal everyday sayings and puts this little metaphorical twist on it to where you know what he's saying, you know you've heard it before, you understand the concept, but it's a totally new way of hearing it. And it's very creative. Very creative.
I'm designed to find it funny when they whine because I'm winning.
I'm designed to find it funny when they whine because I'm winning. Go ahead, keep crying about me. Keep crying about White Boy and Dear Rappers. I'm winning. I got millions of views on YouTube. You're blowing me up.
I just tell the truth. It's up to you to love or dismiss it. I'm just pointing out what I feel like the game has been missing.
Oh yeah, you are, Tom.
Open my mouth up, you get offended.
Huh.
You say the talk is cheap, but then you act like it's expensive.
You say that talk is cheap and then you act like it's expensive. Talk is cheap, yet you can't afford to speak because the consequences of your speech are expensive.
You can't afford to speak your mind, afraid you'll get rejected by some strangers on the internet.
And that's
whose
why.
lives are all pathetic. I was surrounded by people who just pretend to be down, and then I blew up off a record. No one's friends with me now. I've realized that my potential's so intensely profound that
your potential is so intensely profound, Tom. It's fucking amazing, man. I don't even know. I don't even know where you came from.
I've realized that my potential's so intensely profound that there was bound to be some haters getting caught in the crowd. I won't apologize.
If you don't have haters, you're not doing it right. And so far, I don't have any haters, so I'm not doing it. Just playing.
Anything I said or I'll say. If you're allergic to opinions, you should just walk away.
If you're allergic to opinions, just walk away. If you know you're going to get offended talking about stuff, why are you coming here? Why are you going to come to me so that I can give you my opinion on something and that you can get offended? You knew you were going to get offended before you even walked over here to start this conversation. Walk away. You know, it's like, and why can't we do that as a society? We used to just, if we didn't like what was on TV, we'd change the channel. Now, if we don't like what's on TV, we call the cable company to call the producing team of whatever show, and we try to get it canceled. You know, it's insanity. Change the fucking channel.
Opinions, you should just walk away. Don't give a shit about your arguments and your complaints.
Yes. Don't give a shit about your arguments and fuck your complaints. Like, the world, like I said, it's going crazy. And I am like, the longer this goes on, I am developing that kind of mindset to where if someone, and not to get into the whole COVID thing, and I respect everybody's feelings on it one way or the other, but if I have to hear about people's fucking nanas anymore, I'm going to lose my goddamn mind. All right, you don't want your nana to get sick from COVID, keep her ass at home and wash her hands, okay? You could DoorDash food to your house. You could DoorDash, or you could order groceries. You can Amazon anything you want to your front door. You never have to leave. If you're afraid, stay your ass at home. I didn't even want to get into it like that. COVID, it's, you know, let's all do our part for sure. But, you know, I'm tired of the argument like I have to do it for your nana. Your nana's responsible for her own goddamn health. All right. Sorry, that gets me fired up. I know back when he made this is what, that wasn't even a thing, but I shouldn't even be talking about that. It's going to piss people off.
Don't give a shit about your arguments and your complaints. I'd love to have you in my audience. Just know it isn't safe. White people are the biggest on the planet, but even still, I swear I'm sick to death of hearing it. You're not a
White people are the biggest fucking assholes on the planet, but even still, I swear I'm sick to death of hearing it. He's like, all right, fine, I'll concede. White people, we're assholes. Good. Moving on now. I'm done hearing that. It's okay. We've established we are assholes. What else? I like that.
You're a waitress and the man taking your
Oh, wait a
picture is model. You're a waitress and the man taking your
Damn.
But even still, I swear I'm sick to death of hearing it. You're not a model, you're a waitress, and the man taking your picture is a pervert with a camera and no photography experience.
every you know, every OnlyFans or Instagram model out there, probably, you know. God.
With a camera and no photography experience, you cry about gorillas getting shot inside.
Yeah, you know, and I found out the first few videos I made that there's a lot that goes into videoing and photography. I mean, I never realized like lighting. Well, let's go back. I know lighting affects photography, but I didn't understand the angles that the lights had to be coming in and what it does to the actual video. So it was a nice little lesson or a reminder that you have to take into consideration these things. So yeah, you know, you don't have any experience. You're not even going to be able to take good pictures, for crying out loud. You're just going to have some naked images of a girl that you met at a restaurant, whatever.
You cry about gorillas getting shot inside a zoo and then take photos on your phone when someone's dying next to you.
Harambe really rubbed this guy though. He did not like the reaction to Harambe, did he? Because this is like the second time I think he's made reference to that. That's funny. And it's the truth though. They made such a big deal about that thing. And it's like he had the child and was dragging it along. And they're like, yeah, he wasn't hurting it particularly at that point, but human beings are very fragile creatures. That gorilla could have not been trying to hurt the kid and could have ended up killing him. So they did what they had to do. And I'm sorry, at the end of the day, what do we value more, gorillas or humans? You know, we have to make a decision and we have to be consistent with it.
On your phone when someone's dying next to you, y'all only care about each other if it means you'll get some views. And you can say that I'm a but what I say is just the truth. There's a disconnect between the things you feel and what's said, because you're afraid of what they'll think, so you don't say what you meant.
Oh, yeah, we all do. I mean, we all do to a certain extent. Like I said in another video, we're not all open and honest 100% of the time. We can't be. You know, and that's true. How many, especially nowadays, especially if you're right leaning, you have to bite your tongue on so many things, you know, because it's just, there's going to be problems, and we're kind of almost forced into that box where you have to have these certain ideologies. And if you believe a certain way, you're allowed to speak your mind in public. And if not, and it's not that like we're not allowed, but I know that there'd be heat coming my way. You know, if I stood in the middle of town square and started, you know, shouting something, you know, not socially acceptable, I'm going to cause problems for me. I have kids at home. I don't need negativity in my household. So it kind of, you know, I feel a certain way, but I can't necessarily say it, you know, and it could go for, you know, on the cancel culture side as well. A lot of those people just say what the crowd's saying for fear of the mob rule, you know, and it's kind of, we're kind of feeling, you know, from the same ends of that spectrum. It's true, though. It's true.
The truth, there's a disconnect between the things you feel and what's said, because you're afraid of what they'll think, so you don't say what you meant. If being true to myself means that I'll lose the respect, then I'll stand my ground like both my feet are stuck in cement.
Oh, man, that's hard.
Feelings, thoughts, and words all consistent. If you're censoring your heart, then what's the reason for living?
Man. If you're censoring your heart, what's the reason for living? I was raised to keep my words and my feelings consistent, or whatever. Like, that's, I'll stand here like my feet are stuck in cement. I am not budging off of my position. I have my opinion. It is mine, and you are not changing it, no matter what.
I don't need their approval to validate my position, and I don't need to be accepted.
Don't need your
Never
approval.
asked for permission.
Oh my God, Tom.
Tried to silence the vision, tried to kill me with fire, and from the ashes
Oh.
my motivation won't.
Risen like a phoenix. Like, man, every time I think like I every time I think like, this is my favorite song. This is my favorite song so far. This is much different than This House. But like his lyrics in this, his wordplay, what he's talking about is this is a really good song. I don't know if it's hard to rank these. It's just hard to put these in a pecking order. Like, this is my favorite. That one is. It's like depending on mood. If I needed some hype song, This House would be it. But if you want to be more thoughtful, you go to Castles, or it's just, he has something for everyone, no matter what your mindset is at that particular time. It's insane.
Tried to kill me with fire, and from the ashes I've risen. My motivation won't expire. I don't get tired, I get driven. If they don't like it, then they're not required to comment and listen. They just hide behind their keyboards trying to find the ambition to go make something of their life while they die for attention.
Oh, wow. I really enjoyed that song. The wordplay, the rhyme schemes, you know, and what he's saying throughout that whole thing is spot on. Like, look, we have ourselves, and then we have this public persona that we put in front of us to kind of block our true self from getting out into the world. You don't want to, offend people. You just kind of go along with what everybody else says. You don't say what you feel, or you're not saying what you mean, because you can't afford to. There's a lot to lose, so we need to put this persona in front of ourselves that kind of is us, but not truly us, and it's a shame. I mean, it's how the world works, unfortunately, because there's a lot to lose, especially with the internet now. You can't afford to freely throw your opinion around if you have a certain job, or whatever. My wife's a school teacher, and so as a teacher, she's supposed to be very left leaning in her ideologies. Now, she's not overly political, but if I had to describe her political beliefs, she's not super left leaning. She might lean a touch that way, but I'd classify her more as a conservative, which isn't allowed if you're a school teacher anymore. So it's like we all have to put these masks on. We're afraid of letting people know our true meanings, our true opinions and feelings. Another great one by him. I mean, what else can you say? All right, YouTube, Middle-Aged White Guy Reacts is out.